This woman is about to attempt something no human has ever done before. Dr. Susan Lockhart is about to be submersed 600 meters beneath the frozen, iceberg-strewn Antarctic Sea, in one of the least explored places on our planet.
40, descend to 1,800 Celsius.
No scientists had been in a submarine in Antarctica before. I didn't think it was possible.
Vast, remote and pristine, the Weddell Sea is one of Earth's last great wildernesses. Spanning more than 1 million square miles of Antarctic ocean and ice, it's a refuge for penguins, blue whales and complex underwater ecosystems. But life in the Antarctic is under threat.
It's a threatened one because of climate change, but in particular man-made disturbances such as overfishing. They use such enormous trawls. Lots of organisms are killed that aren't the target species.
Melting ice and improving fishing technology is rapidly opening up new areas of the Antarctic Ocean to fishing. There are currently 14 nations fishing in the Antarctic.
Where there is fish, there is money, and where there is money, the fishing will go. Commercial fishing will have immediate effects for the penguins, the seals, and the whales.
Susan is working with Greenpeace to try and discover what life exists in the untouched depths of the Weddell Sea. If she can prove to the Antarctic Commission, a conservation body made up of 24 member states in the EU, that there are rich and vulnerable ecosystems, she can make a case for creating a series of marine protected areas, zones in which fishing is restricted or banned altogether. Susan and her co-pilot John Hocevar are on board the dual Deep Worker 2000. Its state-of-the-art technology is now allowing scientists to go where they have never gone before.
We're lifted by a crane and put in the water. You sink down into the depths. The water above goes green and gets darker and darker until there's no light at all. And you're left alone in the dark. It's like going down into an abyss. There is definitely a feeling of space where you are a very tiny thing in a very large ocean.
At 1023, over.
We got to see things that were glowing and flashing in the water column on the way down. The sea spiders can be the size of dinner plates. Yeah, see, there's one of those baby basket stars right there.
Scientists once believed the seabed here was too cold, too dark, and too deep to support much life. Susan's research paints an entirely different picture.
So you've got sea stars, brittle star. People are really surprised. The colours on the seafloor of Antarctica are really spectacular. I think just as important as the tropical reefs that we try so hard to protect.
For Susan, the next 6 months are going to be spent in the lab analysing her data. Currently, only 3.7% of the world's ocean is protected, but Susan's on a mission to help make Antarctica the biggest no-fishing zone in the world.
Sponges and corals are the backbone of community that can have very low resilience to the kind of disturbance that fishing gear will cause. It would take 10, maybe even hundreds of years to get back to the state it was in before the disturbance.
So far in her career, Susan has identified 3/4 of the vulnerable marine ecosystems living on the Antarctic ocean floor. But never before has her research been so important.
We need to characterise these communities as best as we can so that the evidence that I present to the Commission later this year is as strong as possible.
For the marine protected area to be established, it has to be unanimously agreed upon by all 24 member states and the EU.
Approving and passing the marine protected area proposals is very difficult.
The only other marine protected area in the Antarctic took 10 years of negotiations.
The pressure is on. There is definitely a time limit, but we can get it done.
Many believe transforming the Weddell Sea into a marine protected area could be the only way to save its delicate ecosystems. In July 2018, when the Antarctic Commission meets, all hopes will be pinned on Susan and her research.
All of us should care about protecting Antarctica because Antarctica is our responsibility. Everyone should watch the negotiations to make sure that we really are giving it the best protection because it really does affect the whole planet for the next generations.